say and do, just exactly like I thought, like Buddy Holly. But and I thought with the glasses on, I looked like Buddy Holly. And I was 13, probably didn't look much like Buddy Holly, but the little girls understood. And the publican, that's what you call the man who owns the bar, he came over and he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Kidding. Buddy Holly, you know, Buddy Holly and the Crickets." He goes, "You don't look or sound anything like Buddy Holly. You look like Herman from the Bullwinkle Show." And he meant Sherman from the Bullwinkle Show. So we thought that was funny, and we go, "Well, that's a funny idea, Herman." And everybody laughed at the name. I could call myself Herman. And then he said, "Herman and the Heartbeats, you lot can't call yourself Heartbeats. You look more like Hermits." So that guy chose the name of the band. We became Herman and the Hermits. And Steve Titterington, our drummer, we used to rehearse at his house because his big sister was a police officer, and he was a drummer. But because he had his sister as a police officer, he could play drums all night, as loud as he wanted to. So we rehearsed at his house, and his mum liked the idea, and his sister, called Edwina, I'm guessing, you know, it's a long time ago, Edwina, she drew that little Herman character that I did, Herman and Hermit all mixed up into one character. And his mum she had these potato sacks, burlap, like things, and she made all of us a suit, which was just like a caveman suit, like a hermit, and it had the sleeves cut out at the top and bit for the head, so that all the guys put these things on, and they came to about there, you know, it's a potato sack, you know how big they are, and we set off to become Herman and the Hermits. And that next day we had a date at the Plaza in Manchester, where we used to play often. We used to play the Plaza in Manchester because the DJ there liked us. He didn't like our music, but he liked us. And so we got there and we went on stage, and this DJ, famous guy, became very famous in England and infamous. He loved the idea that we were now Herman. He said that's like P. Novak and the Heartbeats, but now we were Herman and the Hermits. And I said, I'm not going to wear the potato sack because I'm Herman. I'm not a hermit. So I'm going to wear my blue suit and to separate myself from that. And it was a blessing, really, because at the end of the show, the drummer had no skin on his arse, and all the guitar players were bleeding where the guitar strap sat on the thing. So that lasted for one show, and then so we all went out to a guy called A.B. Sachs, who I think my mother was his accountant, and he made us all these really great suits. Like, we all had the same grey suit with a little black collar on it, and for the first year, every picture of Hermits, we were wearing those suits. I got a blue one, they got a grey one, and so that's how we got the name, and it metamorphosed. Over the years, it became less funny. You know, it's like someone, I remember Bobby Darin telling me that he was with a guy, and they were creating a TV show about a band that didn't make it. And he played me the last train to Clarksville with the guy who wrote the song singing it, not Mickey Dolenz. And I said, oh, that's a #1 record, but you don't want to call it the Monkees. That would be like Herman's Hermits. You'll never get any respect with a name like the Monkees. And they didn't listen to me. So it's like the same reason as the Monkees. you know, we got thrown in with that bubblegum world because they thought we were, you know, the name suggested we were lightweights. You know, we should have called ourselves Genesis. But, you know, that's how we got the name, and it worked great at the beginning because we'd also, as we started to get, we knew. I saw the Beatles in a field playing, and they were so enjoying each other's enjoying. There was a camaraderie amongst them, and they were singing and playing. And I said, I gotta get a band like that where everyone can interact on stage and laugh, because the Beatles would laugh a lot. You know, if there was a mistake, they would laugh, and they were just different from all the other bands. They sort of enjoyed every song they played, and there was none of that. Oh, none of that. So I decided that I would find